So let me just share just about this forthcoming retreat in Portugal. Maybe Sagara could add some details if we need. This is just a bit more like the structure rather than the practical details. Let me just, can you see that? Great. So while belonging, nature and the body as path to belonging and wisdom. Here are the dates, April 3rd to 6th, so coming up in about, a month's time, Thursday to Sunday. So here's some of the highlights of the retreat. So we have solo time in nature. So there, I'll be giving you missions, let's say, adventures. One of the key ones is what's called a sit spot. A sit spot is a place we sit in nature over and over again, different times of day, maybe in different places. It's a very, very simple practice of being in one place, which is often, we don't do that in our life for very long. So just being in a spot and listening. And for a period of time, enough that nature comes back. And when we walk in nature or we interact with nature, often we're kind of piling through it. We're going on a hike but a sit spot is a practice of really quietening our being and letting nature return. It's a really beautiful practice. Yeah, and there'll be other kinds of guided walks and encounters. There'll be group time in nature, so I'll be taking people out as groups, exploring our senses, exploring deep time like we did just then. We might go on night walks, to go out at night, explore the world. Very different perspective if you go at night. There will be, and lots of play. There's lots of play. There'll be focusing practice. So on the retreats, even if you're new to focusing, I'll teach it, or someone will teach it. You'll get the basics enough to be, I guess, bring in this element of embodied listening. That's really the key piece here, embodied listening to nature. We're not just going with our mind, we're going with our body. So focusing practice really enhances that. And and we're living together as community, just for those few days, and living with the other than human world as in community. So there's kind of two kinds of belonging we'll be touching: belonging with each other and belonging with this bigger system, the natural world. So that gives you a little flavor of some of the kinds of activities we'll be doing. To leave that there. Do you want to say anything about the place, Sagara? Just a couple of minutes evoking that particular place. You've been there, and I haven't yet. So
Yes, I have. I actually have a little hut in the forest. So, Montado do Freixo do Meio is a natural reserve, a private natural reserve. So, rather than being state-run, it's run by a, a family. In this case, Alfredo. And it was for many years also not only a forest property, but also had let's say about 35 years of experience in all sorts of organic farming. That side is less present these days, although we will be eating a lot of the food that we'll be eating will be from the farm there. And the past few years, it's been more dedicated to forestry. And I love it because they've been really working on being as in harmony as possible with nature, living from nature, but without destroying or exploiting nature. And I don't know, when I walk there, those three aspects that you mentioned at the start,
mm,
making sense of being human. We go there, no, I don't know, twice a month or something. I'm there and I'm walking throughout the property. It's great to just walk because it's 600 hectares. Now,
mm,
600 hectares, it's an awful lot, 600 football fields, if I'm so you
something like
can
that.
really walk for quite a while. And there's horses and donkeys and cattle, but all of that is there not to be eaten and exploited. That's their part of the ecology of the farm.
Right.
So that's how they keep, rather than cutting bushes, they get the animals to do that. And
Mm,
so it's really interesting to be part of an ecosystem that is very much working in harmony, humans and animals. And yeah, and there's lakes and the river and yeah, it's just beautiful.
mm, great. Can't
And
wait.
it's only 50 minutes from Lisbon, which is fairly
Okay.
central for those that, yeah, for flying into Portugal and then getting there, it's really easy.
Mm, thank you. Beautiful. Yeah, I'm looking forward.